Daily market recap for January 24th, 2022. Long video, worth it though. Let's go. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market recap for January 24th, 2022. Let's get into it. This is going to be a long one. Be aware, we talked about a lot of the stuff in the weekend recaps. If you like the recaps, trade alerts, educational videos, please subscribe. There's a ton of information. Stop by the Discord room. We're all over this action today. So let's jump into it with Bitcoin first. Again, I mean, if we talk about levels mattering, I mean, this green level is important. I apologize. This is a big volume at price. I don't have it on this TradeView chart because I don't pay for their indicators. They're worthless. But anyway, you can see very simply this second green zone became support. I thought 30,000 would be likely. Still think it could be. But I mean, look at this action. I mean, you blow out, pop. Then you really blow out, and now you're popping. So, I mean, I like to see sometimes those lower lows and snapback. Because what to me is what you mean like a knee bend. Think of you're going to jump from here and you bend your knees and then you go. It looks pretty obvious what's going on here. Now, again, I struggle with ultimately sometimes the thinking with Bitcoin as, you know, I don't think it's really a hedge against the markets. I think it follows the market risk pretty good. We'll see in time if that changes. But I would look for the downtrend to be in play. You know, do we break it? That's the $1 million question. Can we break it? And if you do, then but you're going to come into an old resistance zone. Here's the bottom of the VAP zone. We'll see. Time will tell. I mean, I would not be bearish here. I think that's just idiotic. I mean, I'm always amazed at people how they just, once their emotions become so locked in, they think something can't happen. That's when ultimately the market flips on your ass. I mean, we talk about this over and over time. Be greedy when everyone's fearful and be fearful when everyone's greedy. This dollar said 50-day, 20-day. Here you go. You're up there. A little bit of volume inside. I mean, little day. I mean, not inside it. Just kind of chop inside the 50 and the 20-day. I would watch TLT. That was interesting. Today's close. It popped up to the 20-day. I posted this again on Twitter. If you're not following me on Twitter, Trading Agent, check it out. It said interesting, hitting the 20-day, which is currently down now. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we backtest some of this area before we make our next move. I mean, I'm kind of a contrarian here. Everyone thinks rates are going higher, and that's the problem. And so if you think about December when the market really thought the Feds might raise rates, well, the TLT, again, is an inverse relationship. Has the market already raised rates? I mean, I think they've moved quarter to a half a point already. So the Fed rate hike is basically priced in. Keep that in mind. Just because they raised the Fed funds rate, the TLT in the bond market has already said, we got you, we're ahead of you. So now what they do and what they announce going forward will obviously be just as important as just what they say on Wednesday. Keep that in mind. Wednesday, big day. Let's get into the VIX. Oh, UTHR, you are just free money. I mean, again, I'm a day late, and I wasn't correct about this ultimately, you know, in the sense that did I anticipate 39.40 level, like a really crash underway? No. I mean, if you look at my Discord room, we talked about this Ukraine thing was a big wild card. But one of the things I was watching with oil as the market was tanking is if Ukraine really is a problem, oil should be rising. Just notice every time you get up into this 39.40 level, typically you pull back. The VIX can't sustain that high because that volatility would mean moves of 40 points a day or more. And that's just not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. The markets don't move that way. So you go from, you know, reversion to the mean, meaning if you get really crazy up and down, then you go flat for a while. And if you go flat for a while, like the market when it gets complacent, then you tend to spike. Just that simple. What did we say on Friday? Be aware that the market does not bottom on a Friday, but watch the Monday action. Well, look at the volume, the buying today. I mean, either this is a bear market rally and we're going to say come back to this trend line and then fail, or this is the bottom going into earnings. And I don't necessarily have a good knowledge of what's going to play out until it plays out somewhat. You know, you need to see the action. I mean, I drew this area down here in the 420s. Of course, it went a little lower. I mean, that's just natural. If you look at the hourly, that just doji blowout. And it was like doji, one more, and it went a little lower, then came back right around. And then you had this candle, which engulfed all the down. So it looked bullish short term. A nice close at the highs end of the day. I mean, I always tell people, like, if you are bearish, again, bears make money too. I'm never always bullish. Trust me. When you see a lower high, I will short the market if it confirms. When you see like this straight line move, you have to be aware of the counter reverberations. We talked about it here. Pop. Now you get even bigger move down, so the pop should be bigger. I mean, I don't know what people have going on in their brains where they just believe in, you know, everything's going to go in one direction. The market's just going to end tomorrow and the market's going to melt down. It just doesn't work like that. It just doesn't work like that. And so let's see what happens. Again, I mean, I drew, if you can see, we're coming back into some areas that are important here. 330s. I mean, we were talking about, again, on Twitter, I was saying, hey, pay attention. Yeah, remember, I don't use these charts to trade off. This is just my recording computer. He said, watch this area, you know, and look what you did. You wiped right through it and then wham, right back up. You have to be on red alert for bear traps at the lows, just like at the highs. When you get straight line moves, and like, again, we'll talk about with Tesla, like when you get straight line moving going higher, you got to be looking for the exit. Same thing if you're a bear here. And just short term doesn't mean you're either take some profits and roll your stops. I mean, I just don't know what to tell people. I mean, you dig in hard in a position, just don't be surprised when it counter trends the other way. So gold holding high and tight since we broke the downtrend with volume. I mean, we're at the downtrend. I like the action. Considering the market, what it did, it was up all day and closed nice. Silver, nice gap fill here, or a test of this gap area. Now, again, I mean, we said watch out for the 200-day. You backed off. Someone was buying today. It's really that simple. I mean, I like metals. I really think they're going to lead over tech the next cycle. It's just a matter of when that cycle ultimately gives in. Because if you watch if you study the past, you know that when the market's bottom in 2003, commodities just put like tech in its place. And a lot of people arguing with me this weekend that, oh, tech is never made more money than ever, and tech this. And it's like, hey, you know, patterns repeat. I don't really care what you believe when it comes to tech and how much money they're going to make. Of course, I mean, look at some of these companies. They've priced in that they've made a lot of money for the next 30 years, and can they sustain competition? I don't know. GDX, I like this hammer. You back test the trend line. I mean, this is just wild action. I mean, that's what you get when the VIX is in the 40s or 30s. I mean, it's just, you blow past stops. That's what they do. I mean, this is puking action. Same thing with the GDXJ. Nice long wick. Looks bullish to me. KL. Filled the gap here and popped right back. Nice doji indecision after a down move. Bought some AG today in the 1030s. It wasn't the lows, but I couldn't watch it. I mean, I was just... It's like anything down here just seems so obvious to buy. Bounce back. Nice day. PAAS got down into the 22 area. Again, nice doji. I mean, keep an eye on what's popping back. Bought some X today. I mean, I didn't even really have a reference. I just said, no, this has just gotten stupid. It's gone from 26 down to 18. So, I mean, I bought it like in the 1820s. My references was this area down. I mean, I just, again, this gap filled at 1810. I noticed that. Let me draw it so you can see it right there. That gap filled, and I was like, you know what? Just take a stab at it. And worst case scenario, you stop out. So didn't get the 17, whatever, 90, 98 low, but, you know, 1820s, 1830s, not a bad little area. Good old VALE put out we're talking on the Discord room. Watch it at the 15 level. Nice bounce back. You know, this thing is a beast. It's holding up pretty well. If you overlay this over the Qs and the SPY, I mean, what do you own? What do you want to own? You want to own this. It's outperforming. It's just that simple. Let's get into tech because this was due to bounce. And again, what have I said about tech? You know, watch the lower lows. We broke the channel, and then look at that. Hits the 200-day. Boink, bounces. I mean, again, I don't trade AMD. I'm not watching it, but if you're trading AMD and you saw the 200-day, respect the technicals. Apple, same thing. Hit the 100-day, bounced. Not surprised. I mean, it has a tendency to like go below the 100-day. Went a little below it today. What happened? It got down to 155, bounce. I mean, tech's oversold. I'm not, again, I'm not really big tech long term at this point because I think it's going to lag industrials and metals, but it's definitely going to pop. I mean, it's not going to go to the freaking ground. Again, MicroStrategy, that's an interesting potential outside reversal day. I mean, what an outside reversal day is, it's like this day right here at a bottom where you have like a new low, you gap down, and then you close at the highs. Like that's an outside reversal day. Here's an outside reversal day at the highs. You gap up and you close at the lows. I would be on red alert for a bottom here. Again, I would like to see it close, would have liked to have seen it close somewhere in like the 400 range, but if you're trading MicroStrategy, that's a put it on your watch list. RIVN, man, or Roblox. Man, this is, I mean, here again, here's an outside reversal day, long wick. I mean, if you had stops and you wanted to rebuy on Roblox today, I bless you, because if you notice where it bottomed, it literally got, I mean, Scott was talking about this. He was like, holy crap, we're testing the IPO lows. And what happened? You hit the IPO low and you bounce right back 7 points. This could be an outside blow off. I mean, I always talk about like there's time correction and there's price correction. This is a price correction. That is a price correction. So at some point it will bounce. Good old Rivian and Tesla. Let's get into the electric car, guys. You hit the next fib. No, you didn't. All right. Well, again, it just, I'm just not at the point where I want to buy these. Now I think they can pop. It doesn't, that's not, again, I don't think, get it twisted. I think they're just going to lag. They look like crap compared to, like, put VALE over that. Put any of these companies. Oh, man. You see, draw these trend lines for a reason. Look what we hit. Tesla. I mean, I didn't just draw this trend line. This has been there. This one's been support. It's in green. Notice what happened. We hit it, bounce with volume. And do I think Tesla's going much higher? We shall see. I would watch the trend line. I mean, I say these in the videos for a reason. Watch the trend lines. They tell you a lot. To keep you up to date with what's going on. UTHR, hit the 200-day. Again, if you're not paying attention to this stuff, moving averages and trend lines, like, I don't know what the F you're doing. I mean, you're just pulling numbers out of your ass. This is interesting for PENN because last time we had something similar like this, it popped for a few points. I'd like to see it break the downtrend. I'd like to see it with volume. It's just that simple. EXPI, this was interesting again because real estate and anything having to do with real estate stocks all were down at one point, pretty big. Bounce back, retested the lows from what was that, May? Nice bounce back. I mean, it's always possible. I mean, I like it here. I mean, you have to do the risk reward. I mean, when a trade sets up, you have to know what your risk reward is and also know that you can be wrong. And it's like, well, if the market melts down, everything is going to get caught in it. And that's just how it is. Looks good here. If you got stopped out, rebought, you're pretty happy. XOP, I mean, this is another one that just, bam, closed at the highs of the day. Slam back down to the support zone here at 95. Exxonmobil, what do we say? It was looking a little tired the other day. It's coming up against the monthly trend line. And what had happened today? It dumped. It dropped and closed at the highs. It's just that simple. And now, again, if you were watching the videos and you're getting to this far and you're still not really sure how this works and what the hell is going on and why I'm just, I'm almost like blatantly bullish, like in a weird way when this action happens, because I know it's just not sustainable. If you're on the Discord room, I'm literally just throwing shorts out on UVXY every dollar up because I really don't care, because I know how this thing goes ultimately. It just always goes lower. Always. I mean, it just, and then it'll reverse split. I mean, it's like an option that decays. So I just keep that in mind. I always tell people, like, keep it really simple. The UVXY, no matter what, just goes lower and lower. So, I mean, when you get VIX, what was the ultimate high? 38.94. I don't think there's a market crash in front of the Feds. Now, after the Feds talk, maybe they could say something to crash the market, but not before it. So, hope this kind of stuff helps. And again, if you're newer to trading, or it doesn't matter what you're doing, if you don't know what how the markets work, check out the Discord room, subscribe. There's tons of information here. So I love everybody who's involved, and if I can help, that's what we do. I will see you guys and gals in the Discord room or tomorrow. Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right, and also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.